Are you guys ready for a beadlock that won't break the bank? In this video, that's exactly what we're going to check out. Hey everybody, it's Bo with X's 4x4 and we build badass 4x4s. Well, today I want to talk about a new beadlock from Icon Vehicle Dynamics called the InnerLock. It's pretty cool, it's pretty special, it's a little bit different than what we're normally used to seeing in the beadlock world. And it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to be cheaper, not only to buy, but also cheaper to pay somebody to install, which that's pretty important when it comes to beadlocks because it can be pretty expensive to pay them to install a set of tires into beadlocks. So this is a great wheel. It's going to be available in 6-lug pattern for the Bronco, which is what we're going to be putting this particular wheel on. And it also comes in the 5-on-5, the Jeep JKs and JL Wranglers. So, or Gladiator for that matter. But it's very cool, it's very different, and I'm pretty excited about it. It comes in the Icon Rebound design, I guess you could say, is basically all they did. It was they took that wheel and then added these threaded holes all the way around. We're gonna screw some bolts in here with some little bitty O-ring seals on them. You're gonna mount a tire to this wheel just like you would any other wheel that's a non-beadlock, and then when you're done, you're gonna run these bolts all the way in, and that theoretically is gonna keep the bead from coming unseated on the wheel when you're off-road. So we spin it around real quick and you can see right here how that bolt's gonna poke through and keep that bead from slipping off that lip right there. Now I've got a lot of work today, so I'm gonna go in the office and catch up on paperwork, and I'm gonna let Ryan do all the dirty work on this so you guys can see how it's installed, and we're gonna time it to see how long it should take to mount the tire to this and then run the interlock bolts in and then seat the tire. And by the way, this is not a sponsored video because we don't play that bullshit. Now that we got the tires mounted up on the wheels, we're gonna take it for a ride, put a good couple thousand miles on them and see how they do. Tony.
What's up?
Set them free, Tony.
Oh. Yay.
For those wondering what we're doing right now, we're parked on the side of the road because the fender flares on the Gladiators decided they didn't want to play anymore.
They're done with this crosswind.
They're done with this horse shit, and they flew off. And so Marcus and Tim are parked about a half-mile back trying to re-secure their fender flares.
It happens.
Well, yeah, I mean, shit, I've lost them in Baja.
Yeah.
On the way to Baja, in the parking lot.
Time, man.
So while we wait, we decided we would liberate tumbleweeds in New Mexico that have been trapped by this
They're oppressed.
This bullshit fence. So we're turning them loose out here on the other side of the fence, and there they go.
And so the stories, though, is going to be for the people driving by, as I saw 2 Broncos broke down on the side of the road.
We're pretty confident that any Jeep people that drive by right now, they will love to go on the forums and post that we're broke down, when in fact, is not the case.
Yet.
The Jeeps aren't broke, yet. Jeeps aren't broke down either. I mean, not really.
It's a little preventative.
It's aesthetics. It's bullshit. At this point, I probably would have said the flares can go, and I'd put them in the back, and then I would put them on in Moab.
I just zip tie them. That way it doesn't take this long.
Yeah.
And then when I get there, I cut the zip ties so they don't break.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not my vehicle. No. I'm just here for the ride, and I'm going to continue liberating tumbleweeds of New Mexico.
Yeah, what was it? We're gonna leave it. I don't have a watch. We were gonna leave at 7.
Yeah, we left. We were gonna leave 2.5 hours ago, but we've made it 30 minutes out of town. So one of the things I want to point out when we talk about how comfortable we are with the wheels holding tire pressure because they have O-rings on the bolts is you could tell that when we first put them on, it was a completely different color, Bronco, and they've been on here long enough that we've actually rebuilt the Bronco, completely changed the look of it, and they were still holding the same PSI air when we checked them to air down out here actually, that were in it when we installed them at the very beginning, and we actually, you know, seated the beads and all the bolts. So I'm very impressed. I'm a believer in these wheels, and you should be too. I think they're awesome, and they look great. Just checking out some arches. An arch. So overall, what do I think about the Icon Rebound Pros? Well, I can't say enough good things about them so far. I've been out here in Moab, going over some decent trails. We aired down with them, absolutely no problems with them. But more importantly, one of my biggest concerns with them, were they gonna hold air because of the O-rings on all these different bolts? I've been aired down for up 4 days now, and I have seen zero loss of air pressure. So I'm very happy with them. I'm gonna be running these things as often as I can when the builds call for them, and I have no hesitations selling these to you. So when you're ready, let me know.